Okay, so I think we're broadcasting live now.
Yeah.
But
Hey, everyone.
we were just talking about Shane's kitchen remodel. So and it looks beautiful, Shane.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's the whole
Hey,
house, though, isn't it? It's not just the
yeah, no,
kitchen.
we did the whole house, so I'll kind of let
Yeah.
you like. I've still got to put the bottom piece of the window on,
Oh.
but here's kind of the panoramic view.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
So,
And you've got a pot filler. Oh,
oh, I did,
Oh.
that's
yeah.
fancy.
So, funny thing about the pot filler, that was not initially in,
Okay.
and I was actually going to North Carolina last year, and Andrea had asked the crew. She was kind of supervising everything, and she asked them. She said, "Can you throw the pot filler in?" So they had to run a water line, and so
Mm.
it was a total. I'd always wanted a pot filler,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
think I've used it 4 times. Because it's like one of those things you forget you have, and it's like
Right.
You're still going over to the sink to fill
still
up.
going over the sink. And last night I was
Yeah.
boiling some potatoes, and I went, "Wait, what the heck?"
I have a
So
pot filler. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I do. I love it. I actually do. So,
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we're making Black Forest Overnight Oats. And so we're not really technically cooking, but we're preparing some food. I guess is the best way to put this.
and
Yeah.
I'm very grateful because I was very excited to see. We were actually talking about. I used to make a raw dark forest or black forest cake for Andrea for her birthday,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and
wow.
so when it popped up, I was like, "Oh, this is great." There's no cooking, and I love overnight oats, so it was like
Yeah.
big win for
Perfect.
me.
Yeah. Sometimes
So
it's just nice, especially when it starts heating up, not to turn on your stove. It's just, I don't know, it's nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Well, awesome. Okay, so I'm actually gonna make a double batch because Kevin and I love these oats, and I've made them with both cocoa powder or cacao
Mm-hmm.
powder and also carob powder, which is what I'm gonna use today. When I
Okay.
made it with carob powder before, it was with, oh yeah, we got the same
That
one.
big thing that you gave
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
when I made it with carob powder before, I had like an old package that was like expired, like I don't know, like 8 months ago or something.
Mm.
And so I was like, I got a new package. I'm like, okay, I got to make it now with the new package to see, the
Okay.
difference, stale
Hmm.
carob versus, fresh carob. But the
yeah.
cocoa,
You know what? That's good. I gotta look at mine. I know this has been up there a while. I don't know.
what's yours?
It doesn't expire until next month.
Oh,
So,
okay, you're
Okay.
good.
but that doesn't mean anything to me. I would have kept it anyway.
I know. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but the
so
cocoa powder is really, really yummy with this.
yes.
Okay.
Hey, and I need to show y'all these. I love these. My in-laws got me these. These are like Amish measuring spoons. Look at these.
Oh,
Ah.
And they only go up to like a half a cup. So I've got an eighth of a cup, which is 2 tablespoons. I've got a quarter of a cup, a third of a cup, and then the half cup must be in the dishwasher. So, but when I first got them, I thought I'm going to miss my 1 cup and all that.
uh-huh.
But it is amazing how accurate these things are. It's crazy.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
And they look like they might fit better in some containers, like because
they
old oblong shape or the kind of the
Hmm.
oval
you
shape
can
of
go
the,
down in the bag for flour. That's like the
yeah.
great thing. So
Yeah, that's so nice. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I'm excited about using these tonight. So
Cool. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start. I mean, just grab a mixing bowl and then
Hmm.
go ahead and put your dry ingredients in there to start. So we've got some rolled oats, some chia seeds, and the
So
carob
what's
or
the measurements now? You have 1 cup
yeah,
of oats.
1 cup of oats, and then 2.5 tablespoons of chia seeds. And it really gives it kind of like a chocolatey pudding flavor.
yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I've had this for breakfast, but it could be a dessert. I mean,
Mm.
it kind of. I was telling Cersei, it kind of triggers that dopamine cascade in my brain a little bit.
Yes.
And it's like there's a couple of recipes that do that.
Mm.
This one does the peanut butter greens that we've made before. We'll do that as well.
Yeah.
But
Oh wait. Okay, I'm totally not reading the directions. So the dry ingredients go into a bowl, right?
Yeah, 1 cup of rolled oats.
Yeah.
Two and a
Well,
half.
I got the amounts.
Oh,
Anyway, we're just gonna put them in the jar
you're
already.
just gonna go right into the jar. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do
Because
mine in the mixing bowl just because.
well, I would have, but I didn't look at the directions. I just looked at the amounts and thought,
Come on, Shane. You're a recipe developer.
I am a creative. I'm not a rule
Yeah.
follower.
Yeah. So how much of the cacao now you're saying?
It's one tablespoon,
Okay.
and then 2.5 tablespoons of the chia seeds.
Yeah, I got that.
All right. So now you said I'm getting way ahead here. So, okay, y'all need to pick it up. I'm already done. I got the dry going here. Let's go now. Come on.
I got my dry ingredients in the bowl. And the reason why I do it this way is because it's kind of hard to mix the cocoa powder just because it's so, it's just really fine and it tends to clump up. So I tend to put it in the bowl first. But you could, if you're going to make a double batch in one jar, that's fine. This recipe makes 2 servings, so I just put the dry ingredients in a mixing bowl like this, and it's kind of, you can use a spoon, a fork, or whatever you want to use.
That makes sense now. I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
This is 2 servings. Again, I didn't read hardly any. I've looked at this thing 3 times a day, and all I usually do is look at the amounts. It's like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Rules are merely suggestions.
All right. And then you can go ahead and add your simple homemade syrup and your plant milk to the dry ingredients. So
1 cup of milk.
1 cup of milk. Yep. And I'm just using almond. I made this with soy milk. It's really good with soy milk too. But you could also use like coconut milk, other plant-based
Any
milk.
milk, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any plant-based milk.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you don't have like date syrup, I'm assuming maple syrup will suffice.
I've not made it with maple syrup, but you could try it and let us know.
Well, that's what we're about to do. So I'll let you know here in about 5 minutes because I realized I didn't have date syrup.
Oh yeah, we make our own with just dates. We just kind of, throw it in the magic bullet, kind of heat it
and
up.
like and if you can't, you could just chop up dates and put in there too.
Yeah, that's true.
If you know what I mean, like if you don't have it on hand,
yeah, that's true. You could kind of mince up the dates.
Yeah, just mince it up and kind of blend it in there.
Yeah, so it's a 1/4 of a cup, and it's just real easy to make it too because you could just meal prep it and just takes it's kind of hands off. You have to kind of let it sit and kind of soften like you would like cashews or something.
Sure. Now, when you do the cherries, you're not blending them or anything, are you?
No. You're just gonna fold them in there, and then kind of portion it out. So I'm making a double batch over here, so it's taking me a little bit longer because Kevin absolutely loves these overnight oats.
Okay, I'm done.
Jane.
Of course, I totally didn't follow any directions here.
So you just put the 1 cup of milk in here?
Yeah, 1 cup of milk, and then you want to do a 1/4 cup of the date syrup, and then mix it all together, and then you could fold in the cherries at
Which
the
is
end.
1 cup of cherries?
1 cup of cherries, yep.
Okay.
Man, this almost looks like chocolate milk.
Yeah, it is really, and the chia seeds, because we put quite a few chia seeds in there. It does get, as it sits, it gets that chia pudding, that chia pudding kind of thing going on. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the things I do make a lot is chia jam or chia jelly.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that is. And it's funny because a lot of people don't like chia seeds because they don't like the texture. They'll say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm like, get over it.
Yeah.
But in that jam, you're so kind of used to seeing little seeds in jam anyway. So
Yeah.
it really works well with the jam. It really
Yeah,
does.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. So I've got my mixture here. I'm gonna throw in my. I'm using
Cherry.
frozen cherries.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
Because the
me
pitted, you don't
too.
have to pit it.
Yeah. We were on Chef AJ Live. Like I don't know. I think it was like a year and a half ago or
Oh
something.
yeah, that
And
little
Yeah.
secret.
we had to make something with cherries in it.
It was like a secret thing. Like you just had a secret box and you had to make a meal type of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was called like an Iron Chef.
Yeah.
And so
oh,
Cersei and I were competing against each other,
Hmm.
and so we had to make a dessert that had cherries and dates in it, and we
so
had
y'all were
take the pits out of all those cherries that we were using.
yeah, and I just would caution everyone. I don't care if a bag says pitted cherries. It's like pitted dates. Always check because I can't tell you how
Oh,
many times I have thrown things in a blender and I hear pow 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 pow
Oh.
pow pow or
yeah,
Oh wow. Yeah. That's so true.
yeah. This is some good stuff here. Yep.
so how long does it usually take for it? Because sometimes it'll gel up fairly quickly with the
Yeah,
chia
I
seeds.
mean, truth is you can eat it right now if you want.
Okay,
But
because
if yeah.
I'm going because I'm just waiting on y'all. Like I'm just like
I know.
No, but it can. I mean, when it sits longer, it does get a little more chia pudding like. So I'm
okay.
just gonna tilt my camera.
Well,
So
I think what I'm gonna do is just watch y'all piddle, and I'm gonna. Oh my gosh.
doesn't it trigger the
Mm,
cascade?
mm,
It's like a dessert for
mm.
breakfast.
Oh my god.
Let me see what's going on here.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's
You like
okay.
it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Mm,
Cherries and chocolate just seem like they were meant to be together.
yeah.
Oh
Oh my
my God.
gosh. I know. Y'all go ahead, talks among yourselves. I'm just gonna.
Like this is a match. This is a match. Cherries and
Mm.
chocolate. It's a match.
Yes,
See, what's sad is this supposed to be 2 servings.
I know.
No,
Hmm.
And you're gonna eat
no,
the whole thing.
just yeah. I mean,
This is good.
it is so good.
This is
Yeah,
a dessert, though.
Mm,
It could very
I
well be a dessert.
know. It kind of is, you know. I mean, yeah,
my man, that's so good.
yeah, and it's so easy. Like all these, just like 6 ingredients, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely could see the benefit of doing it the right way and dividing it up because
Yeah, because you'll overeat it, right?
yeah, but you could just the whole point of like having some through the week, like you got breakfast every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This almost seems like it'd be a awesome like post run meal to do
yeah,
like get your glycogen stores replenished and
yep, yep. It's definitely good for that. And then with the chia seeds and the omega 3,
yeah.
it's good for heart health and all that.
Mm.
So
Mm,
Mm.
golly.
That's good.
yeah,
Mm.
and literally it takes like like less than
Minutes.
10 minutes to whip up.
Or if you
Not
ignore the
even.
rules like Shane, it's like
Yeah.
30 seconds. So
Yeah. Honestly, it's like 5 minutes. Not even.
Yeah, yeah, this is
Mm.
good.
I'm just going to scroll down and look at the nutrition info.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like one serving,
Yep.
10.5 grams of protein,
Yeah. Yeah, because of all the chia seeds and the oats.
13 grams of fiber. That's like
Yep.
50% of your daily allowance. That's like you will
Just
be
eat
as
this. Just eat
regular.
this for today.
You eat this, and you will be regular as a Swiss commuter train.
Mm. Good.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this is. I'm trying to divide mine up evenly. It's not going real well, but that's
Mm.
okay.
That's good.
I'll save this.
Man, it makes me almost want to put a banana in it too.
You could do that.
You could.
Totally do that.
Yeah, I don't like to ruin the cherries though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. So I've got.
This should not be that good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I've got four of these little jars for the week.
And it really could just be even dessert, man.
Yeah, it really could. Absolutely. Yeah, so go to danielsplate.com and get the recipe. Somebody said Shane is killing it.
They're dead gum right I am.
Oh my god.
But that chocolate, the chocolate and the cherries, I'm telling you guys,
and it's totally sweet enough. That's the thing.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah. So
this is like the whole concept that you know what I mean? Like having this delicious dessert doesn't have to be unhealthy. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could have been eating like a chocolate cake straight out of, but this is just as good with, you know what I mean? With all of the, like you guys were saying, all the nutrients.
Yeah. There's no refined flour or sugar. It's all made with whole plant food ingredients, lots of fiber.
That's good.
It is good. So Shane, what's going on in your life? You got a new podcast.
Going to have a new podcast. Yeah.
I saw your announcement.
Yeah. So coming out in the summer sometime, I'm going to be the new host of the Real Men Eat Plants podcast.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, super excited. Haven't even recorded the first episode, but we got a lot of ideas in the tank, and actually going to have two co-hosts, and I'm still recovering from rejection of one that I reached out to, but we won't talk about that because that's like a sore spot right now. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Sorry, I'll give you a hug when I see you next.
Okay. So, but the whole concept is really reaching out and helping people to see how accessible it is. And with the emphasis on kind of helping men to break down the stereotypes and stuff like that. But I think I gotta stop. Like I'm 3/4 of the way through 2 servings already.
Put it away.
That's the thing is you just eat half.
Look at that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Put it away.
It's just I keep going. One more bite. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yeah. So we will have a couple of co-hosts, and one guy for sure that signed on is a doctor.
Oh.
And he's here in Mississippi, and he treats patients with lifestyle medicine. Actually, is opening up a brand new clinic that will have a kitchen in it.
Oh, wow.
And we met because one of his patients, he had been using my website as a resource for his patients. And one of his patients said, well, you know, this guy lives in Mississippi now, right?
Wow.
So, and he lives like 20, 30 minutes away. So we've so I'm really excited about it. I mean,
so you're going to be like in a live studio and all of that. It's going to be kind of audio or visual, like
going to be, So originally it would have been remote because we didn't know at first if everyone would. The thought was that nobody will be in the same
local.
area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking that that's potentially that's a big potential right now. And so we'll record, and there will be a video version that'll be available, and then but it'll stream anywhere that podcasts stream, like
okay.
iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, all of that. So but the kind of the idea of the podcast is it's dealing with everyday things. It's not just going to be, because you can only harp on the protein thing so much, and everybody knows that. And so they really wanted it to be more of a
lifestyle, men's lifestyle, kind of
lifestyle, sports, news.
And you just integrate it all in.
Yeah, kind of the occasional rant, like, so you got I'm good at that. I'm very good at ranting. So you've got the doctor, and one girl we're talking to is she will more than likely be his nutritionist for his clinic, licensed dietitian, but she's a plant-based dietitian, but she's also a former bodybuilder and does all the endurance sports. So you kind of hit all of those metrics that we were kind of wanting. And so you've got the scientific and the medical and the athletic, and we were all athletes at one point. And so, but I'm kind of more of the, pull the pin on the grenade and launch it and just watch everybody have fun running and talking. And, I kind of get to stir up the controversy, and so, but, and to tell your peeps that, there may be a Gigi and Cersei episode in the near future. So,
sweet.
Awesome.
Wow.
Hey, someone's asking, what's the doctor's name in Mississippi?
Yeah.
Are you able to reveal that, or
is that top? Not yet.
No, I mean, I could tell you, because even if it didn't, I mean, it's going to work out. But I mean, he's up in Tupelo. His name is Richmond McCarty.
McCarty. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
sweet.
So how have y'all been?
We've been busy. We've been busy, right, Cersei?
Yes. Oh man, a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. We had our boot camp in April, and we're kind of getting ready for our next one in January, and we've got a couple other projects going on. So we've been really busy and working on the recipe website. And,
which looks great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So
you talking about the Daniel's Plate website, right?
Yeah.
Daniel's Plate. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
Oh, thank you, Shane. That means a lot coming from
you. From the guru.
Who's taking the pictures?
Me.
Gigi.
Wow, Gigi. Are you using replica surfaces?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do too. I was like the brick and the.
You're like, I've got that one.
I've got that. It's like, it's just good to see that I've been an influence on you. That's what I meant.
You have been an influence.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're saying you're stealing my ideas?
No.
Oh.
I didn't want to say this, but I actually had the replica before you did.
Yeah. Okay.
But I just no, because when you announced it, I was like, oh yeah, I've been using that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I was using that like 20 years ago before they were.
But then I was like, I shouldn't even say anything because I didn't want to.
I'm totally joking. You know what they say? Good composers borrow, great composers steal. So. Hey, I just like I tell everybody. Everybody goes, how do you come up with your recipes? And I'm like, I take the crap out of the recipe that I used to like and figure out a way to replace it. And so it's
exactly what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I tell people, and I've actually had a couple bloggers reach out to me and go, hey man, tone it down. But it's like, the majority of us don't create anything from the ground up. I mean, it's I like to say we're recipe.
Influenced in some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like to say we're more recipe adapters, the majority of us. you know?
Yeah, I mean, and we were doing that before even the blogging, right, Shane? I mean, when you first go plant-based, the first thing you do is start to look at the meals you were eating and how can I adapt them to make it more with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. And then there's a few recipes that, I would say that we added because they were trending. I'll give you an example, but they're totally legit, like the green goddess salad.
Yes.
That's one where we were like, wow, this is trending. We're like, why is it trending? And then we tried it and we're like, oh, this is actually good. And then we tweaked it. Instead of putting the oil in it, we did this. And,
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean, a lot of them are just kind of adaptations of what we had to adapt to when we made the switch, a decade ago. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's like because if you don't learn to do that, and that's what I tell everybody. I mean, it's like I don't know what it was like, and we've had this conversation before, Gigi and Cersei. I don't know what it was like for you, but it's like the first 2 weeks of going plant based, it was tofu and salads.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go insane if you don't figure out something real quick, and so you're learning like what you can replace with what. And I tell people there's very few recipes on the Shane and Simple site that's actually created from the ground up. Like the sausage patties, that's made with oats, and they actually have chia and flax in them. Those were like a trial and error of building from the ground up. But but still you're learning that chia and flax meld together and they bind. Yeah. So and then it's just a matter of going, oh, what's in sausage? Oh, all these spices. So you just figure out a vehicle,
Right.
So.
Yeah, and we have like there was another recipe we published recently that was adapted from the Avant-Garde Vegan. It was like a mushroom pasta. Yeah, like he added a lot of like oil and then wine, and so we don't use alcohol or oil in our recipes. We don't, we keep it, pretty pure, Daniel Fast kind of compliant, and it came out great. I mean, it was really, really good, and it was just the mushrooms and then just the seasonings that we added to it that were mostly his, that he had in his original recipe. But it's always a good courtesy to backlink to the website where you get it from. So that's what we did. But yeah
so y'all keep it clean and pure.
It's clean in the sense of
so y'all didn't put no Jesus juice in your recipe. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Hey.
Well, I'm a Presbyterian, so when
I know.
Did I offend Cersei that much that she left?
Yeah,
no, sorry.
She was like, I'm out of here.
She's like, woo.
Saved by the bell.
She's like, done thrown the gauntlet down, like, or the chalice. Like, I'm out of here. Like,
I'm getting out of here. No, all of our recipes and where we are right now we're really trying to exhaust all the Daniel Fast compliant recipes.
Yeah, so that it could kind of overlap, basically.
Yeah. So if anyone is looking for a Daniel Fast recipe, any recipe on our website, they can pick and choose. Even if they're not doing the Daniel Fast, they just want, a healthy recipe. It's just that we're not going to have things like leavened bread, which, it's totally healthy, but it's more of a spiritual component, and then we're not going to have, even like with our sweeteners, they're all like whole fruits. So like the date syrup has fiber in it. And so you're getting the whole date. It's just that it's softened and, blended. And so there's some nuances to our recipes that we don't have that keep it compliant. And it's not to say that eating, like I said, leavened bread is bad, or eating, like even the maple syrup or agave is bad. And we even through through the ladies that go through our program and the men, that we do say, you know, when you come out of the fast, you know, you can easily add these things and still, you know, keep the gains that you made, you know, during the 4 weeks of doing the fast. So it's, you know, we're not anti.
Yeah, no, I know, totally. But you know, even I will tell people though, even though, because I do think what happens is like with an issue like agave and maple syrup, a lot of people when they come over and start going plant-based, it's like avocados. They're like, oh, well, this is a healthy fat, and people automatically think
You
I
can
can eat
overdo
12.
it.
I can eat 12 avocados a day, you know, and it's like, you know, it's like there are still things we have to do,
Moderate to moderation.
moderate or, you know, sparingly. And so that's why I
Right,
tell
portion
people
control, yeah.
maple syrup is, and I like what John McDougall says. He's like, because he'll say like when you're trying to adjust your palate, use a little bit of salt and sugar. He goes, these are not the quote unquote super good guys, but they're not the ones causing all the major problems.
Right.
And so, but I do tell people, it's like, if you can do the date paste and you know, you have dates accessible, I feel like it's always better because dates are a whole food.
Right.
You know, and so.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got someone here that says they know your doctor or the doctor you mentioned. He's an amazing doctor, Carla.
Oh,
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
Carla.
Yeah.
Nice.
Carla Walker.
Well, you can tell by me being on this podcast, I don't associate with anyone that's not amazing. So I mean, it's
that's not that. So that
It's
doctor.
not your thing. Yeah.
yeah. I'm terrible. Y'all are never going to have me back on after tonight.
No, this is fun. We love having you on, Shane.
All right, so let's talk some politics. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, some stuff is hard to talk about. Carla's over there cracking up. All right, someone says not spiritually pure, just nutritionally, right? I think that was in relation to the leavened bread. I'm not sure. All right. Not spiritually pure, just nutritionally right? Question mark.
Well, I think that, not to chime in, but I think that's kind of I think it's almost a subjective question maybe, because for some that may be like during Passover, for some people, like unleavened bread as opposed to leavened bread could be a spiritual issue. Whereas I think what you're saying, that it's more of a nutritional thing. Like it's not, if I'm right, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that it's probably safe to say, and y'all can chime in, we're not spiritually opposed to leavened bread. Like we don't.
Yeah.
Bread is amoral. It's like, and I guess you can make it evil, but I don't know. I mean,
I think it becomes evil when it's highly processed and there's stuff added to it, right? Like, you know, like the white Wonder Bread, you know.
I was about to say,
yeah.
Wonder Bread ain't so wonderful.
No. We used to eat hamburgers with that too.
That's I tell people I don't think I had a hamburger on a hamburger bun until I was like in my teen years.
Oh.
I'm not joking. And
because you had it with bread. Is that what you're saying?
We ate it on bread. We ate hot dogs on bread too.
Yeah, we did too. I mean, sometimes we'd have buns, but most times it was bread. Yeah.
No, all our friends. We knew who our friends. We knew which friends of ours were rich because we got real foot hot dogs. It's those red ones, and then when you boiled them, the water turned pink. I don't know if you remember those. They're like just terrible. So all our rich friends ate Brian hot dogs, and they had hot dog buns.
Oh gosh!
And our bread, if we didn't get Wonder Bread, or we didn't get we got that hard bread that when you fold it, it cracked when it wasn't soft.
It broke in half.
Was it stale? Oh shame. Did you have the government cheese too? We had it.
A couple of times.
Yeah, and I think they had some butter too, government butter.
I think they call it government cheese. Velveeta is another name for it.
Yeah, it was very processed. They had a surplus of dairy, and they didn't know what to do with it, so they turned it into government cheese.
Yeah, we had a lot of grilled cheeses with government cheese.
Yeah, that stuff was so salty.
That cheese was a lot of stuff. It wasn't just salty. It was
There was all kinds of stuff in that cheese. Should be illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This conversation is deteriorating.
Boy, it went off the rails really quick.
That's what happens when you get me and Shane together.
Okay, so try these oats. Try these overnight oats. Let's bring it back home. Very good.
Overnight oats. Oh, that's hilarious.
They're good for you.
They are good for you. They are good for you. So.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Shane. Well, we're so glad you came on here, Shane. We always love talking to you, and we would be honored to be on your podcast if we got an invitation, right?
Oh, you have one. There's not that you're going to get one. You have one. We just need to figure out the date.
Okay.
So,
well, if you need someone to get on there just as a trial run, like to kind of ease into it, we're good guests for that.
Oh, yeah. We use y'all as the beta testers. Hey,
beta testers.
Why? We can't figure out why Gigi and Cersei are going live and crying and feel devastated. Like
Trauma. The trauma.
The trauma. I saw Cersei eating a steak. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
It's like it's not worth it anymore. I'm terrible. Anyway. Yes, you'll be on the podcast, and I'll be very. What I'll do is I'll send you the questions ahead of time, and you can vet, and all right, and then I'll totally not stick to the script.
That'll help keep us point too.
Yeah, I think. But you know what? I think like tonight. I think like tonight though. Yeah, I think what people love though are stories.
Mm-hmm.
And they love the interaction. And I think people can tell, especially with things like this. It's great when you can get like the
nice when
people
you can see yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. And because I feel like when people watch this, and this is kind of how I like to look at it, is when I have people on that I feel like I have a connection with or something, and that's kind of what you and I talk a lot about, Gigi and Cersei. Like the couple of times I feel like we've got to talk. I feel for like knowing Gigi, knowing that she would do this with you. She wouldn't do it with someone that didn't have the same heart and the same goals and desires. But I do feel like people connect with things like this. Like, we could get on here and talk about the protein, and we did talk about fiber and stuff like that. But I mean, I do feel like it's good for people to see the camaraderie, and you never know where it's going,
Yeah.
But that's me.
Yeah. And the other thing too, Shane, is I think, for people who are kind of new into this space, they're just kind of transitioning into this plant-based space. It's good also to see like the variety of different foods you can eat, but also hopefully inspire some people who to cook with other people, cook these meals with other people. And it can be done face to face. It could be done virtually. We've got a meal prep cooking class where we do it like twice a month, and we cook with people like, over Zoom like this.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just makes it more enjoyable, just the socializing and the chit chatting and all of that.
Well, I think, and you just hit on something that's very, very good, because in this day and age, everybody's isolated with their phones.
Yeah.
And we're social creatures. We're not meant to be isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you can have that connection, and it's not just a video playback, but it's like you can actually connect with people, there is something to be said about that, And so but Cersei, we haven't talked to you much tonight. I feel like
Cersei, yeah.
I'm kidding, the two of you. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Yeah. But I think what you're saying is true in terms of just making because I think a lot of times too, when people think of the lifestyle, they're thinking of people who are like rigid, living by some kind of strict code. But when you get to see like real people living real lives, and you're like, wait a minute, this person is just like me, and you able to see yourself in that position. You know what I mean? So that's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, especially the three of us, our stories, they're different, but they do parallel in a lot of ways. And I feel like when you meet people like the three of us, the reason we've kind of pursued the avenues that we did, like me with the blog, y'all with teaching people with Daniel's plate and reaching out to people, and Gigi leaving her job to pursue nutrition and things like that. It's when something has that much of an impact on you, you know, I think it makes people stand up and take notice, because I wouldn't call us activists by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's one of those things where it's kind of like talking about your faith. You know, it's like you don't always have to go around waving the flag, so to speak. Like if it permeates your life and it becomes part of who you are, it's not a segment of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think and Gigi, and I know we've had this conversation, but we were kind of backwards in how we went plant-based. You went plant-based for ethical reasons initially. I went completely for health reasons.
Right.
And you ran into, oh, I get super healthy doing this too. And then I just go, oh man, factory farming is terrible. You know, they're really, and because I mean, honestly, and we've had this conversation, I think for me, it's like, you know, I was so adverse to it because it's like, you know, vegans are these people that hug trees and eat bark and grass all day. And
that's and I was too, Shane. I honestly thought anybody that doesn't eat cheese is certifiable. I was like, I could get vegetarians, but vegans, I just didn't understand them. They were like from another planet. I was like, that's taking it too far. I just literally cut it off. The minute it went that far, I couldn't even receive it at that point.
Oh, I'm with you. I was the same way. But it is amazing how when you start paying attention, and I tell people this, it's when you start paying attention to what goes into your body, it makes you just start to investigate a little more. And you really see how it affects not only you, but everything going, whether it's factory farming, whether it's regardless of where you land on the climate and things like that. And those are big issues, but it's like, until we take care of ourselves, we're never going to understand really how it impacts that outside of us, you know? And so I think for me, that's why I tell people it's like, I think one of the reasons we do have such a good time is that we just kind of have this, like I said, we're not activists. We just have the same mission. And because you do realize it's very, I hate to use the word enlightening, but it is enlightening. And, you know, and I think you listen to your body better. I think you pay attention to what you put into your body better, and I think you pay attention to others because you know, and so, but yeah.
And we all made a career change, you know, because we were changed by how what we eat changed us. And so and what's so wonderful and beautiful about it is we didn't just change our careers, we changed it into helping share the message with other people about how it changed us. So it wasn't like, you know, I changed career and now all of a sudden I'm painting houses instead of working in aerospace. You know, it's like not that
right.
A career change to learn more about, you know, how this affects our body, our mind, all of that, and then helping to teach others, you know, about it as well, so they have that choice, you know, that they're aware of a choice that they can make. And whether they choose to do it or not is up to them, but at least it's not like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, now you know.
Well, and that's right. And it's not that we just had career choices. We had career choices in what some would consider later in life.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go full time with my blog until I was 46, 47.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's later on in life. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like you're leaving something that you've known for over a decade, 2 decades, you know, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so,
And it's a
but
big risk, you know. I mean, I know you
yeah,
felt that way, Shane. I mean, in your 40s doing that. I mean, I know I did. I was like, you know, it was like, wow, I've made it this far and now I'm going to walk away from it
Yeah.
all. It's like,
mm-hmm.
Later,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, and I still feel like, you know, every day. I told my wife a few weeks ago, we were in the car driving, and I said, "Do you realize we haven't had a boss in like together for over 3 years?" You know, and so I kind of feel like every day I still live like every day waking up going, "Oh, I get to do the blog one more day."
yeah.
Yeah, you know, because I'm going, yeah, it's not really a real job. I mean, it feels like work sometimes, um, but I work hard with it, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I do think like I, yeah, it's just when you have something that impacts your life so much that you want to pursue it, like as a way to kind of support yourself and your family. That's why I tell people, I said, you know that it's had an impact on you. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're speaking from conviction too. It's not just trying to make a buck,
Right.
because there are easier ways to make a buck.
Oh, for sure.
Mind. It's like your purpose, your passion, everything, your life's work, just all get rolled up into one, right?
It is. It is. Well, I had a blast. I mean, the food was awesome. As you-
Five. The proof's in the pudding, right?
the proof's in the pudding.
It's in the pudding, y'all.
Oh man.
And I wish I had kind of waited because it's like really thick now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to
Yeah.
get really good.
Half, Shane, to see how it tastes. The second half,
Yeah.
you get to have both sides. Yeah.
I can't imagine it's going to be any worse. I mean, it
Oh,
can't be
no.
less good.
It's gonna get even better in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I bought 2 bags of cherries in the hopes that this was going to be as good as it looked.
Okay.
And I can tell you, there will be lots of these in the fridge for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to end the broadcast, but hang on, and we'll just kind of do a quick debrief. But everyone who's been watching, thank you so much for watching. And those on the replay, hey. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.